crossing our legs, smiling, putting on makeup, exercising. These are all things that we can convince ourselves that we're doing by choice, or because we like it, or because it's about self-expression. And we lose sight of the fact that we're doing these things because we essentially have to, or we've convinced ourselves that we should do them. You know, we lose sight of that should, and it becomes I want, I'm choosing. Gender, femininity or masculinity, is an ideology. Gender, femininity, is a shared set of values that we hold. And so when we see an Instagram post, what we're seeing also when we see a selfie is we're seeing a kind of feminine ideology. We're seeing these ideals that we hold as a society out there and shared and therefore valued. In many ways, we've always engaged in a kind of portraiture, self-portraits, and whether that's through literature in terms of kind of autobiography or through the painting of oneself, you know, and we can look back historically and see that that's always happened. So this kind of reflection on the self and trying to understand oneself through art and through the visual is nothing new. The thing that's interesting about what we're in now and what we call the selfie is this social media component, and it is very much tied to technology. It is tied to this kind of sharing that goes on without always knowing who you're sharing with and what the repercussions of that sharing are. So I think about the ways in which selfies have been demonized, the way selfies have been blamed for things, the way there's a kind of technological determinist mode that we go into where we say technology or the selfie maybe is to blame for XYZ, for eating disorders, or for, you know, a kind of problematic narcissism that maybe girls in particular focus on. And then I try to shift the conversation and get students to think about the ways in which selfies can also be used for social change or for commentary. And so there's this aspiration that a lot of young people have, I think, and older people too, once they're trying to match themselves against these kinds of influencers and these kinds of media representations that we see. And it's just the same as, you know, when we look at how magazines influenced, you know, people in the past. This is just a newer iteration in social media. So if we see a selfie, what we want to do is say, who made this piece of media? What is at stake for them? Was this, you know, again, a business venture? Was there an economic kind of issue? Who's the target audience? Are they making it with you in mind? Are they making it with a particular group in mind? And how does that impact what the messages are and what it means?